What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Conversation Lab, the unplayable podcast about Star Wars Unlimited. We have not done this in a long time. I don't even know if I remember how to do this, but I'm here with Mike and Jay. No Jim today. How you doing, guys?
Hello.
I'm wonderful.
Great.
How are you?
We've had a lot of changes in all four of our collective lives over the last few months, so
Yeah,
it's been harder to do
Accurate.
stuff like this, but we're here and we're excited, and we got a lot of things to talk about because we haven't talked in a long time. Like the Super Bowl last night. Let's talk about the Super Bowl, right? That's what everybody's here to talk about.
Yeah, sports.
No.
Go sports.
All right. All right. Where do you want to dive in first? We have so many different topics we could dig into.
Let's start
know.
with the PQ stuff that you brought up. Let's do
All right.
that real quick.
Well, PQs are happening, guys.
Stats.
I don't know that the three of us have been able to compete in a PQ, right? But Jim has. Yeah.
Jim has.
Yeah.
He top 8'd one.
Yeah, unfortunately, the
not
Chicago
played
one was the only weekend the entire winter when I was traveling, so that was fun, of course.
That sucks.
But yeah, a lot of results coming in from around the world, and I have to say, just on a quick overview, that it feels like you could basically show up to a PQ with almost any leader with a ton of reps. And like if you did the time and you really invested in that leader, you could do reasonably well and maybe even make top cut.
Okay.
And nice. I don't think that's existed before.
That's the ideal scenario, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say any leader.
No Jyn Ersos, maybe.
I would say yeah. Oh, a decent amount.
Almost every leader. Maybe like 80%. I'll do 80%.
Are there stats on? Yeah, are there stats on like which leaders have zero top cut?
I don't see zero
top cut.
But there is leader based top 8. It's so swoopcompetitiveHub.com. Shout out to them. They've got so much data in here. But if you go to leader / base in top 8, or just leader in top 8, you could see. I mean, it goes for a while. I mean, there's an IG-88 on this list. Like, what the heck? How did that happen?
In top 8. There's no Jyn Erso though.
I think that's just fine. But there also may have been 0 people that even played Jyn Erso.
Right.
So like I'm curious, of the leaders that people actually brought, like what's that diversity there? It looks like it's pretty wide.
Oh my gosh. You know what I'm realizing though? There's no Chirrut in the top 8 of any PQ right now. That's a sham.
Well, yeah, I have to. Are you going to change that?
I have to find a PQ now. I mean, there's freaking Wat Tambor and Cassian and Thrawn. Like, what the heck?
That's awesome.
There's 4 Mace Windows. It's like all the same guy playing 4 times, probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we also have like 42 leaders or something like that.
18 times 3, right? Number. 54.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the math.
Well, why am I doing the math? Why, of all of us on this podcast, am I doing the math? There's 18 leaders in each thing, right?
That was the most shocking part of this podcast.
There's 18 leaders in 3 sets, 54
already.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a ton of total leaders to pick from too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
you guys think that there are too many leaders? I might have brought this up before, but it just seems like a lot.
It's hard to decide because I like the diversity that exists, and like when I go to build a deck, I was like, okay, I can choose any of these leaders. There's so many to choose from, but then when you're trying to be hyper competitive, it's kind of
you have a smaller pool to pick from.
You asked this before, and I think my answer was I hated that about Flesh and Blood. I hated it. It was like 3 leaders, What do you mean? Or heroes or whatever they called them. Like that was so boring to draft. Like it was just, I don't know. It was not.
Yeah.
It did not grip me. I need diversity. I need choices. I need options, especially in limited. Like it just, I really want that. I don't want to be locked into. Now, if you shaved a few off of each set, maybe it'd be fine.
I think it's also really cool for Twin Suns, like going forward. It's like you will have so
you're
many
gonna have an
options in
insane
2
number
years.
of leaders
Yeah.
to choose from for sure.
Yeah, we need to
Yeah.
dedicate a whole podcast to Twin Suns because I have so many thoughts brewing and stewing.
I think I'm the contrarian here. I don't know if I actually like
What?
Twin Suns.
What?
Do you like political style games in
No,
general?
I don't.
Well,
and
then
that's probably
why.
why. Because I think the entire game is politics. I don't think there's any strategy whatsoever other than how it affects
There is
you
absolutely
politically.
strategy.
Yeah, in terms of how you present yourself as a threat politically.
I'm okay with that.
I mean, that's
because I
fine.
like
Like if people
political
like
war
that, they like
games.
that. I just don't like that.
No, I all right, fine. Maybe the strategy is in the political, but it's also like how you build your deck and like okay, so like restore. We are way off on a tangent here. Like but restore is so powerful in Twin Suns. Like any type of healing is so powerful, but
Mhm.
if you do it too early, too aggressive, then you become a target. Right? Even if you were not able, like if you played a Twin Suns game where you were not allowed to talk and you just had to play. Like if you start playing a lot of restore stuff and heal, like it's like, okay, well, David's dead because he did too much. Maybe we should try that, Mike. Maybe we'll do a Twin Suns game where there's no talking and only playing.
The thing I think I've landed on that I don't like about it is that it feels like the entire game is don't present yourself as a threat. Like, and that is the whole game, is to pretend you're not a threat until you decide that you are, and then you just kind of like swoop in and
I think that's
win. Like that's what I feel like the whole game is.
I think that's half the game. I think the other half is building your board into a way where even though you are the biggest threat, they can't do anything about it because you have thought through your timing of playing sentinels or providing so many threats that even though it's like, yeah, I'm clearly the threat, you can deal with one of them, but you can't deal with all of them. And so I that's what I've noticed. Like if you can create a brick wall in front of your threats, then you start to. I mean, so I mentioned restore. Sentinel is very powerful in Twin Suns. Sometimes it's like, oh, you just can't do anything about that, or you have to spend all your resources on a rival's fall or something insane. So it's like, okay, you're tapped. I'll just play another big threat. So I think it's all about timing.
I mean, I just, at least for me, feel like almost all of the games of Twin Suns that I've played have felt the same. That's the thing that I don't like about it.
I think too, like Magic has a everything's broken in Magic. It feels like, right? So it's like you can start here. Well, number one, you start at 40 health. In this game, you have the same amount of health as you would in any other Star Wars Unlimited game. Which maybe having
that would 35... be really interesting to see if there was a higher health total. But then how would that work with bases? Yeah.
Well, now we're getting these 35 health bases, which might be pretty cool. And they could totally make
they can make Twin Suns bases. Yeah.
Which I think would be fine. But also Magic is super broken, so it's like I don't know, it's weird because I guess maybe it's the turn sequence in Magic where you get all your resources every time you go to take a turn, so that you're able to just
do a bunch of stuff,
build a board and do a bunch of crap, and you don't get that in this game. But I still enjoy it. I think it's fun.
Yeah,
I like political
to me,
games, though.
I like fully concede the point, Mike. If you don't enjoy that style, like that's fine. For me, it captures the essence of why I want to play these games, and it's for the social like friendships and community. And so every Thursday when I get together with my coworkers and we play Twin Suns over lunch, it's so like we're all eating sandwiches and burritos while we're talking trash and trying to team up. And I mean, it's just
I
like
can see that being fun.
I don't care how it ends. I have fun.
The hanging out with your friends part is the fun part.
It's both, right? Like because it's the fact that I'm trying to figure out this puzzle. I'm trying to outthink multiple people at the table while also enjoying the casual side. So that I think that's why I love it. It's almost I feel like it's why you guys like board games more than I do. but board games get boring to me.
I feel like I just need more friends. Maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, it's time to leave your house.
That's a valid argument. All right, so that was our long
plan of talking
tangent
about
of
Twin
Twin
Suns.
Suns that we
Yes.
did not have planned.
Yeah, we're like, oh yeah,
for
we just got a
this
few things to talk
podcast.
about. It's okay.
I want to talk about the fact that Han Yellow is the most represented and highest
the most winningest.
Yeah.
deck.
So Han as a leader is 35%,
Is-
38 wins. Han Yellow is 20 or 24%. Han Green is 4.6% or whatever. What did they say about Boba when they suspended Boba? They said there was a number that they gave about why it's like it was too much, and I thought it was in the 30s. This is too much for a single leader when they suspended him. Okay,
I don't remember what they said.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm not saying that anything needs to be changed.
I don't either. I don't think so. I think the Tech DJ combo is pretty insane and really frustrating to play against if you don't have an answer. And so that's the main issue is the Tech DJ play.
Yeah, pretty annoying interaction.
And it kind of eats up against Sabine's. I feel like it's keeping Sabine at bay a little bit. But I don't know. I'm not a master.
Yeah, well, I mean, somebody had to swing in when Boba got suspended, and so it makes sense.
Yeah, it's really interesting looking at the winners. Like, as far as I can tell, there's like almost no control. Like that's actually winning.
Amen. Love
Right.
that.
It's like all mid range and then Sabine.
Love that.
So yeah, depending on how you feel, it's either a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm happy with an environment where it doesn't feel super controlly. Although Palp Yellow, I feel like has been getting a few tops recently.
Yeah, 2.7% of.
Well, because it punts to Sabine, and so if the Sabines are at bay, then Palp Yellow can rise to the top. But
yeah, I mean, like Sabine is only at 13%. I mean, I say only, but that's still a big chunk. 13% of the wins. But I don't know. I still feel like this game trends towards aggro, and that's why mid range is like popping off so hard. Is because it performs well against Sabine.
Now, did you notice you were big on Boss Green back at Gen Con in set 2? And Boss Green has been
Green. I still love it.
Like showing up. It's been doing well.
Yeah, I think it's a great deck. People were sleeping on it.
Yeah, you were onto something. You just you were ahead of your time. Yeah.
I'll be the boss hipster. Why not?
Well, I love it. I've been enjoying all the PQ coverage. There's been a ton of streams, and I know how much work that is. I'm grateful for it. I thought I made the Super Bowl joke earlier, but I realized when I was younger, I would watch ESPN or some kind of sports coverage almost daily, and in my late 30s now, I've replaced all of that with just watching Star Wars Unlimited competition, and nice. I just enjoy watching it. Like I enjoy watching big brains trying to figure out how to win these events, knowing I won't be one of those to win, but I enjoy. It's weird. Like I'm like, why do I enjoy it so much? But I think it's been really cool to see how many streams and how many people have popped up to cover these big events. So I hope that continues.
Yeah, I think that's good for the health of the game for sure.
All right, Mike. Well, do you want to talk about sectors and regionals?
Yeah. Let's do
okay.
it.
So we got some news. We've got sectors that are coming, and that's like the next step above PQs, and then regionals is the next one above that. So we got both the locations and dates and the prize support for them. Jay's trying to hop on a plane and fly to Colorado in April, which would be fun. My hometown. It would be super fun to go back there, honestly.
The only reason I considered it is because I have a friend that lives in Colorado, like a close friend, so I could just stay with him if I.
Yeah. I mean, truly, all my family's there, but they live like an hour south of Denver in Colorado Springs, so it wouldn't be the same.
That's fine. That's not that bad of a drive. An hour drive to go to the tournament. That's not bad.
All right, so sectors. We got regionals. We got regional in Minneapolis in May. It's just a 6-hour drive for me. I've considered going. considered.
Do it.
You guys going to France for the one in Europe?
Yeah,
Absolutely
I'll
not.
be there.
All right. What about these prizes? Yeah. What about these
What
prizes?
prizes are they giving away at these?
Mike, take it away.
Yeah. What about these prizes? I
Let me
think
see.
they're
I gotta
okay.
see them.
Okay. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but I kind of really don't like the organized play like card frame.
The like gradient.
Yeah.
There's some that I like more than others. I like the dark side ones.
The villain ones look generally better because they've tried to they've tried to incorporate both aspect colors into that gradient, so it's like the light side ones look very pastel, which doesn't feel like it fits the vibe of the game. But just generally, like I think the normal cards just look better. Like the normal frames just look better than these ones do. So I don't know. It's hard for me to get excited about those in particular. I think there are other card frames that look better than those that we've seen, like the World Between Worlds frames.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's what they're called, but like
I call them the
black and
GoldenEye
white
007
ones
frames.
for these.
Those are wicked.
Yes, yes, exactly. I think those look really sick, and they actually stand out.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, versus these ones. So I'm not that excited about them. The other thing that I think is a miss is the absolutely gigantic logos on the playmats. I think they were doing a really good job with the playmats previously. Like they had it was a big like Star Wars Unlimited with the what's it called, like the set name, but then kind of small logos everywhere else, and I feel like that kind of stayed out of the way, so it was fine. But these ones have like two giant logos in the top, and then you got the copyright information in the other logos in the bottom. So I don't know, I feel like it really takes away from the artwork on the mat, and I wish that it wasn't there.
The Star Wars Unlimited logo.
Yeah, that could have been like
half
the size. It looks awkward because it's way bigger than the one on the right with the sector qualifier one. It looks like it doesn't even line up on the top where like the padding's different.
It does not.
So I'm not a huge fan of that.
That's really
bad. I wish that none of those logos were there and all the mats were just like, if you know, kind of like, don't need to necessarily.
I don't mind the regional qualifier if they had just the logo.
Yeah.
Like
how
it's like filled in for like tier 1, filled in with 2 for tier 2, filled in with 3 for like if it was just the logo with the fill in based on which qualifier, I think that would be fine.
Yeah. Okay. I can get behind
also
that.
Adding the text it's not good.
Yeah, I do agree with that. I mean, it looks like there's a ton of different mats, and so it'll be interesting to see like which ones you get from which. Like there's probably a participation mat, and then a top 8 mat, or a top 16, top 8, top 4 winner, whatever. That's a lot of mats.
And I love that because I feel like in Destiny it was just like, here's your one mat for 4 months of all the events, and I was like how many of that Star Wars Destiny mat with those 2 obscure Jedi from Clone Wars that were in one episode do we have?
Oh yeah,
I still don't even know their names. And I'm like,
I have
what
a million
is
of
this
those.
Mat? No, and I think we said that early on when we start covering Star Wars. It's like there's so much opportunity for mats to be more distinct, and with all the art from this game. So
the art looks great on them. So I like definitely don't have a problem with that. It's just I wish that they weren't so like
that bounty hunter's quarry mat. Oh man,
Woo! Yeah, I want that one. That was so sick.
So I don't necessarily like disagree with you, but I don't feel as strongly as you do. Like logos or no logos, like I don't care. Like I would still love it. I don't have a collector bone in my body, so it's all just gonna be functional. I play it on the table. If I don't know, if someone's walking by and sees the logo and more consistently, and it like just creates more brand recognition when people are seeing, oh, another Star Wars Unlimited thing. Whatever. I think it's fine.
We haven't seen anything about the Galactic Championship prizes yet, right?
Nope.
No.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We see prize wall.
Right. But not like placement prizes.
No.
Yeah. So I mean, for at least these tier events, there's no cash prizing. So It'd be interesting to see if there is for
To an extent, they are flying you out. So there's like, it's not a cash prize, but they are paying for your flight.
Oh, okay. They're flying you
Yep.
to
Yep.
the Galactic Championship. For the regional?
No, for sector. If you make it to the finalist table of a sector qualifier, FFG and Asmodee will cover the cost of your flight as well as your entry badge to the event itself.
Interesting. Huh.
Yep. And then,
interesting,
guys, let's not bury the lead. I think that one of the coolest new prizes is the Leader Showcase Awards. The Leader Showcase Awards. So within the top 64, the top ranked player for each leader at the end of the event will receive a showcase variant of their leader card, which includes Luke and Vader.
That is cool. And sector. That's at which level?
Yep, and maybe
really?
for and regionals, sectors and regionals. They both have it.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I didn't realize it was at that tier.
There's only 3 of each in the U.S. or 3 total in the U.S. 2 sectors and 1 regional. So
yeah, that's super cool though. I love that. I think that's like the coolest prize, just because you can. I don't know. There's good bragging rights of like, hey, I was the top IG88 player at this sector qualifier, and I got it.
But especially if they have the like PQ champ.
Oh, if they have like a stamp on it. I mean,
but you also have to make top 64, cool, sure. Right? So
yeah.
Well, how big are but these? I mean, the average PQ size is like 97 right now or something right now. So I imagine it's going to be. Probably
250, like somewhere between 250 and 500 people.
So I was thinking like, you could bring IG88, but I just like, I kind of wish it wasn't just top 64. I wish it was just straight up. If you are the top player, so if you brought your Jin, or you get your Jin Urso, 06 player gets a Jin Urso showcase for showing up. Like, I think that'd be hilarious, and I would applaud that person. Like, as they got their showcase, I would slow clap. Like, so I wonder why they linked it to the top 64, but I don't know.
I don't know why, but I didn't realize that sector qualifiers also had like side events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have prize walls.
That sounds
fun.
You
could go and
it's like a 2-day thing.
Tournament.
I've been out of the loop for way too long, apparently.
Yeah. So Saturday, Sunday kind of vibes. So.
And just for joining, getting a ticket to the thing, they give you a mat,
right?
And they give you all of the promo cards just for going.
It looks like you only get 1 promo card if you get regular entry, but then you get all the promo cards if you get the VIP entry.
And then you get 2 mats if you do VIP.
2 mats, medal initiative token, a tote bag, guys.
I think we have a couple of those. Yeah. Also, cool. They do have sleeves. Did you see the sleeves for the regionals?
Yeah.
The Executor.
Are those sleeves? I thought those were soft crates.
They're sleeves.
I think they're sleeves.
Are they both? This says finally regional qualifier walls are topped off with soft crate boxes featuring Plo Koon and Ahsoka Tano.
It's above. It's card sleeves and soft crates.
Got it.
So, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are cool sleeves. I mean, the Executor sleeves.
I know. I want that so bad. I will sleeve up the Piet deck and let's just get to work, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, this is very cool. I wish that one of these existed closer to me. But
before we move on, do you think people are going to be coming with Luke and Vader to these things
just to get those
first time you could ever get one of these? Or do you think people are going to be like, nah,
I don't know.
Get it at Worlds?
I would.
I feel like, okay, if you look back on the data from PQs, Luke has made a couple top 8 Vader. There's like a Vader Tarkentown deck that randomly made a top 8, but in general, you don't see them a ton. So you'd have to really find your niche there. But I do think if that's why you were going, it would probably make sense to just go and play side events and grind for prize wall tickets, because they will be available on the prize wall.
The Luke and Vader will be available on the prize wall at the sector qualifiers too. Oh wow! Oh, that's good. I feel like there's gonna be a ton of those out in the market.
Or wait. Depending on the
that's
setting of
what
the
everybody's
conversation,
gonna
the
be going
Luke
for.
and Vader showcase variants will also be available as prize walls at the Galactic Championship. Okay.
Okay.
So not
Championship
not at first, but yeah,
that makes sense. I like the idea and the concept that people would bring out there leader and off meta leader so that they can try and go for top 64 and get that showcase. But I feel like less than 10% of the people participating would actually do it, because I think everybody's too into the dream of winning the event.
You can all of them that are not Luke and Vader, you can just buy for cheaper than going to one of these events.
Very true. so
like
unless
Luke and Vader
unless they have a special stamp on them that says like
right,
showcase champion,
which would be very cool.
It's like for all the collectors out there, I'm sure that's fun or miserable.
Yeah, except you would never be able to get a Boba Fett one.
That's true.
No,
that's true.
The other thing I want to touch on before we move forward is what the card picks that they chose for. I only see the regional prize wall cards. I don't know what they picked for the.
If you just scroll up on that link I sent, you'll see the.
Okay.
Those are those the prize wall cards, or are those the like?
They're the promos.
Like the promos you get for just showing up.
Well, it says prize wall cards, but
okay.
I don't know how it works.
Maybe it's both.
Like Fett's Fire Spray is the only one in that list that's actually played.
Yeah.
Like no, most people don't play Kit.
That is kind of that's. I feel like that happens frequently where they probably have to lock these decisions in like so far ahead of time
too early
that it, you risk something like that where like literally nobody's playing Kit Fisto in their deck or Mandalorian Armor or Unnatural Life or whatever, but
you would think that anyway. They would know what cards are gonna be good because they do play testing.
Yeah, but I feel like in every game, like their playtesting, their pool of playtesters is nowhere even close to the size of the general population. The general population is always going to differ from what they find in playtesting. Yeah. That just always happens. But yeah, I mean, in the first one, the only one that, I don't know, maybe Han sees play too, but like Red 3. And then the second one, it's like just Fire Spray. It's like, I don't know. Those promos are the least exciting thing to me in this entire prize situation.
For sure.
Which is unfortunate because I feel like those should be.
It's still better than the Worm Lady and the Legal Authority from Set 2 Showdown. Sort of.
That's true. That's true.
All right. Well, we mentioned Galactic Championships. Fellas, did you buy a ticket?
I bought a ticket.
Yeah,
same.
I'm going. I was this close to buying a VIP ticket just because
you really wanted breakfast. And then Xander. I just be honest.
Yeah, that was 100% the reason. But yeah, I unfortunately have a family reunion that same weekend, and so I may not be able to go to all 3 days of the Galactic Championship. So I was like, I don't want to pay $500 to potentially only be able to enjoy the benefits for 2 out of the 3 days. So I got the normal ticket, or I don't know, the premier ticket, whatever the second level ticket was, but I did not get a ticket for the main event because I do not plan on playing in the main event. I'm there for the hangout, the side events. Gen Con taught me that I do not have fun playing like hyper competitive long day like tournaments.
Just too old for that, huh?
For sure.
Just not into it anymore. Like I will convince myself every once in a while that like I want to do it, and then I do it and I don't have that much fun. So I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
At least as of now. We'll see if I unfortunately convince myself that I want to do it once I see the prizes.
And well, there could even be participation.
Yeah, I'll just buy them from somebody.
No, I feel that. I'm excited. I think all the different things, the side events, the panels, and I don't know, just I think it's cool. They use the 3C thing, the compete, connect, collect, and there's going to be distinct areas for those 3 areas.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Seems really fun. Seems like it's going to be a good event. So I'm starting to look at like plane tickets and all that too. So I'm excited, and I know our fourth brother here, the Inquisitor, the fourth brother, Jimbo, will be grinding really hard to win the Galactic Championship, and I can't wait for him to take it home for us. So
for him to lose to Bo-Katan.
I love it. In our Discord, people were talking about like, oh, the blue Bo-Katan players at this PQ, Jim's nemesis. Like, I love that story so much. So, all right. Anything else on Galactic Championships?
No,
I'm stoked.
I'm excited. I'm excited to hang out with you guys. It's been a while.
I know. Yeah, literally a year ago, we were in the Mall of America for the content creator weekend to hype up the game. That was,
yeah, that was one of the coolest things ever.
That was
for
wild.
Sure.
We were up in the gym working on our fitness.
Yeah,
so good, so fun. All right, you want to, Mike, talk to us about Carbonite boosters. You mentioned this before the cast. I honestly forgot they were a thing. Because I just don't care about collecting.
Yeah, because they're $25 a pack for some reason.
So what I'm so out of the loop. I have not followed it because I'm like, I'm not dropping a bunch of cash on things that I can get in other versions for a lot cheaper. So what are they? Why are they? Who are they?
There's a few interesting things about these to me. Number one, the fact that they're releasing this type of product this early in the product cycle. Like Star Wars Unlimited, I feel like has to have a very robust collector scene for something like this to succeed, at least in the short term. Like maybe long term, as Star Wars Unlimited keeps going, like people will look back and see this product and be like, whoa, this was really cool. But I don't know. I'm sort of the opinion that like maybe it's a little early to release something like this.
So counterpoint.
That's very expensive.
Is like there are people talking about they like it being sold out already. People can't even access it.
I mean, they might. I mean, if they printed 1,000, cases, it's not that hard to sell it out, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess
they
like
printed a very limited amount. I think they said they only printed like 80,000.
But like that doesn't mean that it's gonna, like long term succeed, right? Like they could sell out a small run this set. The prices don't reflect what people, eventually pay for this kind of thing, and then it, doesn't succeed the next set. Like the reason why a product like this sells out so quickly is because speculators want to buy them and then try and sell them for more money than they bought them for, right? Like that's the entire reason why you would buy this like immediately but before they come out is someone's gonna try and hold it for a year and then sell it for however much. What is it, $25 a pack and 12 packs, so the box is how much?
So 300. Look at that, man. I did math for the second time in this cast.
Yeah, it's like what is going on? So yeah, like if you're paying $300 for a box of these, you're trying to hold it for a year and sell it for like 500 next year, right? Like that's kind of the game. But if actual collectors don't actually want it and you can't sell it for that much, like I've just looking at the convention exclusive boxes, like they're selling for more than MSRP, but they're not selling for over what people actually paid for them, like right off the event. Like people, you go on eBay and buy it for $300 right now, you can still buy it for that price. I feel like speculators in these markets like are really impatient and want their value of their products to go up really, really quickly. So I don't know. The other thing is like there's, I don't know, what is this, 9 out of the however many cards, 12 cards, something like that, 14 cards, I don't know, 16 cards. Okay, 9 out of the 16 cards are foil, and I view foil cards as worse than normal cards because they curl like crazy.
I think that the special foil that they do doesn't, though.
The prestige
like the ones that are on judge promos, I think is what it's on and stuff.
Those don't
like,
curl?
It's that mine haven't.
Okay.
The ones that I've the types of foils that are like the special foil, not the
because those ones curl for me.
Florida versus California.
At least the early ones that I've gotten. I don't know. Yeah, I guess different humidity levels maybe, but I don't know. I don't use foil cards. I like have zero interest in them. So I don't know. Maybe other collectors do, but it doesn't. I find it like it's hard to justify the value of a $25 booster pack unless those prestige cards that you're getting in each booster pack are actually turn out
What
to
is
be really
prestige
valuable.
card? I don't even know what that means.
So it's like a new version of a card with different art. It does look very cool, but then there's like 3 different versions of each prestige card, where some of them are like serialized and then some of them are foil or something like that. Yeah, there's like 3 different tiers of the prestige card. So I don't know. I feel like something like this has the potential to dilute the rest of the card pool in the collectible market. So like I think one of 2 things are going to happen. One, people are going to really like these, and the price of these are going to, rise, and it's going to be great. People are going to like the serialized cards. And then the other thing, well, okay, and then that's going to push down the value of all the other cards. So like your normal hyperspaces, your normal hyperspace foils, the things that were previously the chase cards are no longer the chase card because there's a new chase card. And then the other version is nobody cares about these new cards, and then that's it. So that's my opinion.
So did you
We'll
pre-order, or are you ordering? Are you gonna do it?
I'll probably, if my local store gets them, I might buy a case just to have one, because I don't know. It's not a huge like risk, but I'm not like actively seeking a bunch of these cases to hold forever.
They're only specific cards though, right? So like
The prestige cards?
So for right?
Yeah.
So like say you get the Millennium Falcon one,
Mhm.
it's like it might decrease the hyperfoil version of the regular Millennium Falcon. But if they're like really expensive and really rare, then I don't think it would affect it that much at all, because most people aren't going to be able to afford to buy
That's also that's possible too.
prestige version. So like the chase one for the average Joe is still going to be expensive, I would think.
Yeah, well,
now I'm going to play devil advocate.
It depends on who actually is buying the chase version of that exists right now, right? Because if all of the people who are buying them right now are like the super collectors and they move on to something else, then and they're not interested in those anymore, then it's going to be easier for normal people to buy them. Which, I mean, that might be a good thing ultimately.
I'm going to play devil advocate a little bit, and you mentioned that the game kind of needs to prove itself before that it can do something like this. What would be a better way for a game that's only a year deep to incentivize collectors joining the community this early, outside of doing something like this?
You
What
just
would be
put
a
these
better
cards
way
in
to do
normal
it?
packs.
Just throw them in normal packs.
Just add more rarities to the same pack.
I feel like that's what they've done with showcases and hyperfoils.
Every 50 packs is like like every 500 packs you get a prestige card. Like that would be the way to do it, rather than create an entirely new product to slot these in there. And I don't know. I'm not a big Magic person, but from what I understand, people really don't like the collector packs in Magic. So,
but they sell.
Yeah, I guess. I think for certain sets they sell better than others, but yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm not the target audience for stuff like this, so I'm just I've got my popcorn and I'm watching to see. I can't wait for people to break boxes open so I can see pretty new things. But unless somebody,
maybe I'll open a box on the channel just for fun.
That'd be fun. Like I think the only time I've bought an alt art of a card is Mr. Bones, where I got my playset of hyperspace Mr. Bones, and then I got
you bought a
playset.
I
did.
Death
You're right.
Troopers.
I forgot about that. It was that. Yeah, I did, because that was, they were $1 a piece. I was like, yeah, I want hyperspace Death Troopers, because I thought that was like the best art in set 1, and I got Mr. Bones, and then a couple of a couple people in our Discord actually like gifted me 2 hyperfoil Mr. Bones, and those are even better. So I was like, oh, this is great. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't really get it, but man, if there's an audience, I hope it works. So
Yeah.
all right. I know we're ending. We're getting close to our time here. Was there anything else we were trying to hit before we?
I don't know. Probably.
Sabine's
Sabine.
Yeah, Jim's very excited about that card, so we're gonna troll Jim and talk about it here instead of the spoiler
but
review.
we know that's gonna last longer than 4 minutes. So.
Yes,
but he wasn't here the first time we mentioned it, so come on, Jim. He wasn't here for Biggs. Perfect. He wasn't here for Sabine's masterpiece.
Sucker.
Like, what's he even doing?
That's all right. He'll never see this.
Yeah,
probably not. Unless he edits it.
Yeah, true.
The only other thing is we did get the showcase pictures of Rose and Lando today.
Oh,
Rose and Lando.
Yeah,
which is cool. Fun.
Neat. 2 showcases I don't want.
And more collector stuff. I'm like, But all right, well, for time's sake, we should probably call it there. It's been good to just get together in the old conversation lab. For those who don't get the conversation lab joke, Mike could never remember how to say energy conversion lab for many, many weeks. And he said conversation lab. So we just called this the conversation lab. And it stuck. So here we are.
Conservation.
Yeah, the energy
conservation conversation.
Conversation lab.
Conservatory.
Good times.
All right. All right. Well, that'll do it this week. Hope you enjoyed it. Hop in our Discord. See you next time. Bye.